Anyways, we're going to kind of do the same thing I've done with other characters. I'm just going to do it live on the stream instead of making a video about it, kind of like I did with Rem. Something funny I've noticed already, they can hard stop their dash jump. Like, you can hard stop yourself by just holding backwards after dash jumping, which is not how most characters work. So, like, for example, I can stop myself there after dash jumping from here, but then I try it on, like, Viper.
Man, it would be so fun to break out a lost whisper.
Hang on, I'm fucking on my dash jumps. Excuse me. Like, you just can't stop yourself near as... Also, their attack is really interesting, and it seems to ricochet off the ground. Does it ricochet towards the nearest target? Kind of. It seems like if you land it in front of a target, it'll kind of ricochet towards it. That's a pretty generous radius, though. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, does she headbutt with her horn? She headbutts with her horn! Greatest character ever. 750 health, that's interesting. What's the first ability do? Blasts enemies in a cone in front of you with a flare of light. Enemies hit take spirit damage when attacked by Celeste and provides spirit lifesteal. So the flare itself does minimal damage, but then on bullet hit afterwards, for the next 12 seconds, people take extra spirit damage, and you get spirit lifesteal when you hit them, apparently. Interesting. So the upgrade is minus 10-second cooldown, so it goes from 20 to 10, so upgrading this first is probably pretty good. Plus extra cast range and extra spirit lifesteal, plus damage and increased spirit scaling. All right, so how does it work? Oh, is it just a cone? This is going to be your big damage ability, huh? Let's turn off cooldown so I can actually test it a little. So it's just a cone in front of you, huh? It's a pretty juicy cone, I will say. So does expansion work? Oh, expansion works. All right. So definitely a you have so much control over how you move after you double jump. That might be a passive or something that I don't see yet. I will say first ability seems pretty good. So it just debuffs them and then they take bonus damage for a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely a like surge of power, potentially Quicksilver reload ability. Dazzling Trick. Surround yourself in a protective prism that provides bonus move speed. If the barrier is destroyed, it silences nearby enemies and deals a portion of the barrier as damage. So, a portion of the barrier. So I'd assume that it's... Yeah, okay, so there's the number. 50% barrier damage. It silences for nearly 2 seconds across... Sorry, hang on. 15 meters. I had an item. And then activates extra move speed, extra barrier, and increased barrier spirit scaling. Plus 2 silence duration and minus 18-second cooldown. Allows Shining Wonder bounce. I assume we'll figure that out later. So we pop it and then... So you're just like zippy, and then if you get broken, it'll go off. Interruptions by cats aside. Radiant daggers. It does have charges. That's interesting. Call down a beam of light from the sky. After a short duration, the beam will fully form, causing an explosion that deals spirit damage. Celeste will receive a stacking buff that increases her spirit damage anytime this... Wait, so like... Permastacks? Or like... Okay, so it has a delay. Okay, so it is not perma-stacks, but it does 25-second buff duration. Interesting. Interesting. 6 max stacks, 25-second buff duration, spirit amp per stack. So, full stop, greater expansion is going to be like one of the best items to get. Because it'll make this a bigger cone. It'll make... it might be, honestly, one of your first buys. It might be part of, like, your opening buys. Like, it might be, like, improved spirit. Why do they have Torment Pulse on here? What is this default build? Like, I can agree with improved spirit, mystic expansion, rapid recharge. Why is Torment Pulse on here? Am I missing something? Yeah, let's max it out. Plus 2 charges. So I'm assuming with the rapid, it's like 5 charges. Yeah, crazy. So yeah, let's put on expansion and rapid so that we can see it at its maximum potential. Spirit amp per stack, fire rate per stack. Which is kind of cool because that synergizes with the 1, because the 1 you get to shoot people afterwards and deal bonus damage. Minus cooldown and plus 60 impact damage. 3% spirit amp and 6% fire rate. So it really feels like, unless you're going support, the 2's probably getting leveled last. Sorry, let's turn off no cooldown mode for a second.
Magic surrounds us. Luminous strike.
Would you build any gun on them, potentially? You might potentially to synergize with some of your stuff, but it might just be a little bit. Seems really cool though so far, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that the horn keeps glowing brighter and brighter as you get more stacks, by the way, not lost on me. Alright, ultimate. Shining Wonder. Launch a deadly orb of light that deals spirit damage and applies slow and reduces dash distance. Man, what's with all the new heroes turning down dash distance and like stamina? Maybe they think the game's too fast, lol. The orb then bounces to the nearest enemy within range. If no target is found, the orb will linger while continuing to look for targets. Slow duration, max linger duration, minus 40% move speed, 17-meter bounce range, that is default, up to 8 bounces? So minus move speed and minus dash distance as an extra upgrade? And then plus, I'm sorry, it's just 50 damage. Like that's it, just 50 damage. What a weird rank 2 upgrade. Yeah, I'm starting to think that my feeling of the 1 and the 3 being upgraded first, and then like the ult and then the 2 afterwards. Actually, maybe not. Does it bounce? Wait, hang on. Does that mean it bounces off of you? Hang on.
This should be good.
It means it bounces off of you. This might be the most ridiculous thing I've seen. Is it resetting the duration? Wait, hang on.
I'll hit as many as I can.
It's resetting the duration of the barrier when it bounces off of you. Holy cow, that's insane. That's super cool. That is, in fact, super cool. That will, like, never happen. I mean, I guess the barrier scales with your spirit, so if you go in big spirit, that would work pretty well. That's pretty crazy, though. Soldierman's probably very strong. Lightning Scroll would probably be very good as just an anti-everyone button. Plus, that means you could get Mystic Slow early, and Mystic Slow's not bad early on a character that's throwing out big AoE abilities and then trying to slow people anyways.
Hope this goes as well as rehearsal.
Oh, so it just sits there on them if it doesn't have anything to do. Let's just... Actually, I'm not even going to have that on. Let's just see what happens when I just, like, throw this at them.
Let's contribute to the chaos.
What the fuck? That is actually insane. Obviously, getting up to 18 bounces on maxing this out is very strong. So for an ult build, obviously rush the upgrades. You'd probably rush the upgrades and then get what, like Spirit Burn, Lightning Scroll? You'd probably still want Expansion. You'd probably still want Recharge. So just like random guess. You'd probably do something like this and then you'd throw it out at them and then... Oh, Jesus Christ, they're gonna have a bad time. And then you can even pop it so that it bounces off of you as well, right? Because it'll bounce off of you. That's crazy. That's some crazy value. How would we build her? I mean, personal opinion, expansion recharge, almost necessary. Same with Lightning Scroll. Spirit Burn is just so good for a spirit carry like them. Let's see what the default build says. Cold Front, you had like Boundless Transcendent. Escalating Exposure. That's a crazy call. Escalating Exposure, Torment Pulse, yeah. Yeah, if you're getting Transcendent cooldown, it's not necessary to go Refresher. I will say you might be one of the characters who just kind of accidentally overcaps on Spirit Power investment because there's so much from the final column you want. Because, I mean, you like Escalating, you like Boundless Spirit, you like Spirit Burn and Transcendent cooldown, you like Lightning Scroll, but, like, that's already well past the 28k to hit max investment. But then assuming what? Recharging Rush... Ballistic. Maybe put Ballistic... Wait, can you put it on the ult? That seems bad. I'd probably put it on the 1. You'd probably do something like that, and then you'd probably be like, what? Some form of defensive? Infuser, probably. Right? But also, like, this is, like, not even including those, which means that you're at, like, just a massive amount of purple investment. Stamina Mastery is quite funny. I wonder if this is one of those things where they just, like, passively do stuff weirdly. They're probably gonna be somewhat like Bebop Calico in terms of just tons of raw spirit damage. They seem really cool. It's something, if you've liked this, everything. This was recorded live on Twitch, so, you know, you could come check us out over here. Chat was here the whole time, y'all just didn't know it.